For this lecture, I prepared a game, or one of the Kasparov games, and he won this game. Very nice game. He won in just 10 moves. And I will go over this game first, and then we're going to do some tactical ideas, and we'll do a little bit of endgames as well. Okay? So Kasparov is playing white. So he played e4, c5. First of all, what is the name of this opening when you see e4, c5? Yes?
The open Sicilian.
This is called, the opening is Sicilian defense, right?
Yeah.
Most of the time when black responds, it's a defense. So here it's a Sicilian defense. Knight f3. Knight f6. This is already a little bit of a dubious move, knight f6. Because usually the best move here is to play d6 or to play e6 here. For example, knight c6. These are the common moves here. But knight f6 is already questionable. Questionable move because white can play just e5 immediately also. But he played knight c3 first. And now he played e6, d4. Kasparov didn't want to get involved with the e5, so he just played the classical knight c3, d4. So now capture, knight takes d4. Now bishop b4. Developing the bishop. And after bishop b4, what is black threatening here? Do you see why he played bishop b4? Because now he has a threat. Yes?
He has a pin.
Absolute pin he has, yes. And what is the threat?
It cancels the knight as it is.
Yeah, I mean he's pinning the knight, but there is a concrete threat here. Very concrete threat here. He's trying actually to win something. A material, yes.
He's trying to win the pawn.
Which pawn?
On e4.
Absolutely. He is threatening to win the pawn on e4 because of the pin, the absolute pin here, right? Because the piece is absolutely pinned, and knight takes e4 will win the pawn. So that's why he played this move, bishop b4, creating a threat. Now, instead of trying to defend, Kasparov played e5, immediately attacking the knight. Since he has an opportunity to do that, so he decided to push. Now, knight d5 played, and now black is putting pressure on c3. Because now he's got two pieces on it. He's putting pressure. So that's why white needs to do something to stop that. Because otherwise he'll just take on c3. So let's say if you just make a random move, he takes, and check, and look at the big problem here. We lose a rook. So if you don't want to go here, you lose a knight. So you lose lots of material and you lose the game here. So you have to do something. Remember, every time opponent makes a move, you have to see what is it trying to do. What is the threat? Okay? So, and here we see the threat. The threat is to take on c3. Okay? Now, what would be the best way to protect against this threat?
Pawn to a3.
That's an interesting idea. You could play pawn to a3, but what if he still takes though? See, the thing is he can still take this and attack your queen. So that's why we don't want to do that yet. What else? Is there any other idea we can do here? Can we try to develop a piece here and try to protect against the threat? Can we develop it? Yes?
Bishop d2.
Absolutely. That's what he played. Bishop d2, played by Kasparov. And now he blocked the pin, and actually he's threatening now to take the knight. Knight takes c3. And now he decided to play pawn takes, because it's very important, the tempos in the opening. If you take back with the bishop, you're not gaining a tempo, because if you take with the bishop, no problem, he will take check, and in fact after you have all these weak pawns here, and he can just castle, for example. So he is fine here. So that's why you want to play pawn takes, because you gain a tempo. Tempo is when you attack something and it needs to move. In the opening, it's very important to gain tempos. Okay? So you take and you attack now. Now, bishop f8 played by his opponent. His opponent last name is West. And bishop went back to f8. I think he was afraid of the move queen g4. If he had done something like bishop c5, then queen g4 is very strong, attacking here. So that's why it's a problem. So he decided to go back, but again, it's a passive square to go to. Now, which piece now you want to develop here? Because you want to make sure you have your pieces developed, right? So you can castle. So what piece?
Bishop.
Where?
To E.
You can go e2, or you can go to a little bit more active square. d3.
D3.
Correct. Bishop d3. You can go to d3, or you can go bishop e2. So he played bishop d3. It's very natural when you're trying to attack, you want to have your bishops lined up like this. And then you can also get your queen in. Look at this diagonals now. Your bishops are controlling everything, and the queen is coming in. So this could be very dangerous. So he played d6. Black is in big trouble, but the question is, who can tell me here, why is Black in big trouble here? What is the main reason that he's in big trouble here? Think about it. If you look carefully on a position, you will see the reason why he's in big trouble. Yes?
If you move your d3 bishop to 5.
Or check? Yeah, you could do that. But my question was not really a concrete move. I just want you to tell me like a reason why Black is much worse here, why his position is bad here. I don't want you to give me a concrete line. Just tell me the reason why Black is in trouble. Yes?
White could use a knight and take a pawn and threaten attack on the queen.
But if you take this pawn, bishop takes, no? You don't want to lose your knight. So what is the idea? Why? Yes?
Because both of his bishops are locked in.
Bishops are blocked in. Very good. That's a very good point. But what else? There is something else you can mention here. Yes, in the back?
That has less of squares captured.
He doesn't have that many squares to go to. But something else. There is something else. Yes?
He didn't develop any of his, most of his minor pieces.
Very good. Look at the development now. Look at this. How many pieces you see develop for white?
Almost all.
3. How many pieces you see for black now?
Those are all.
I think it's very clear now if you look at that way, you know, why white is so much better here. Because of the development. Remember, development is the most important thing in the opening. It's not about that I have double pawns. Yes, I have double pawns, but that's not so important here. The important is the lead in development that white has here. And you'll see why he managed to win this game very quickly. So now, Kasparov played queen e2, and now for a moment, he has developed 4 pieces. 3 minor pieces and his queen. And black didn't develop any of his pieces yet. And now, his opponent blundered. He was probably under so much pressure here that he just blundered and lost the game immediately. He played knight d7. And now I want you to spend about a couple of minutes. I don't want you to raise your hands. So I don't want you to raise your hand now. For 2 minutes, I want you to think. And try to come up with the winning combination that Kasparov did. Knight d7 was a blunder. Because something was protected, but then by he putting it there, it's no longer protecting. And now, a very nice combination will win the game here for white. Don't rush. Calculate. For 2 minutes, calculate. Try to see the idea here. Okay, if you're ready, raise your hand. If you see the combination here. Okay, yes?
If the pawn on E5 takes the pawn on D6,
And if I take,
then, you see that.
okay, well, don't rush. You have to. It's not so simple. Yes.
Bishop to, like it.
Yeah. Well, it's just a move, but again, it's not really creating. Okay, let me give you a hint. You need to sacrifice something. Sacrifice here. Okay. You need to do a sacrifice here to open the position of the king, so the king is weak. And then it's exposed, and then you can try to take advantage of it and organize a mating attack here. But you have to see a couple of moves, not just the one move. Yes?
Knight on D4 to E6.
Excellent. Very good. That's what he did. Knight takes E6, double exclamation mark. Brilliant move. Let's see why. So, he has to take. In fact, in the game, he didn't take and lost next move. He had to resign. By the way, it was a very nice move by Kasparov again to force the resignation. But let's see why he cannot take. First thing he takes. Now, I'm up a piece. Continue.
Queen goes to H5.
Very good. Check. Now, he's blocking it. Did you see this one?
Mm-hmm.
Now, it looks like he blocked it for a moment.
Bishop takes pawn on D6.
Check. Correct. He takes.
Take queen.
Queen takes what? Rook?
No. Yeah.
See, we have a choice here. Tricky moment here. We have a choice. We take the rook, valued 5 pounds, or we take the pawn.
Pawn.
Why?
Because it doesn't check.
It's important to say check. Almost like a mate here, yeah? He has to go here, only move. And now, the key move here is... The key move here, look at the king now. The king is weak now. What can you do now? Yes?
Bishop E5.
Very good. Check. And the king cannot go anywhere. He has to go here. And then we say check. We say check. We take his queen and it's over. Okay? He has to resign. It's just down a queen for no reason. Okay? So that's the idea. Why knight e6. And by the way, who can tell me why king e7 is losing? This is also losing. Losing the queen. How? Let's see now. What can we do here? We have to always look for that check. Always look for that check, yeah? Check is important. Yes?
Bishop D5.
Bishop d5?
Bishop
G5. Check. Correct. Has to go knight f6. Continue. It's not over yet. Yes?
Bishop beats knight.
You could do that, but look at the pawn. Pawn or a bishop?
Pawn.
Pawn eats knight, yes. Now he takes back.
Bishop takes pawn.
Correct. If he moves the king, you take his queen. Now he takes here, and now what is the tactic here? Let's see if you got the tactic here. It's right there now. This idea is called skewer. You know the pins and forks, these are more common, but this is skewer idea, okay? You skewer the king and you win his queen here. Yes?
Queen H4.
Excellent. See the skewer? It's not like it's a pin or a fork, it's a skewer. Check. King moves anywhere. And we take the queen and the game is over. All right? Very, very nice idea. So this doesn't work. I want everyone to pay attention because we're going to review after we finish. And I want you to see if you remember all the moves. Now, his opponent went queen to b6. He realized if he takes the knight, he's going to get mated or lose his queen at least. He plays queen b6, and now who can find Kasparov's move here that will force the resignation? Because otherwise, white will be up a rook and a pawn for no reason here. What is the move here, huh? The idea involved here is called discovery check. You make a move and you set up a discovery check. Can you do that? You make a move and then there's a discovery. You make a move, and if he takes it, next one with discovery check. Yes?
Knight to c7.
Correct. Very good. Check. That's a fork, right? He has to take, no choice. He can't do anything. So if he takes, what do you do? Now you give up the knight. You got to see it now. You give up the knight. Yeah, you got to have the follow-up. You've got to. And now, discovery check. Yes? D6. That's 6. Check. You see that idea? Discovery check. King has to move, and you take, and you win the game. That's why he resigned. Very effective win, actually. This was played in, looks like in Olympiad in 1977. Very effective win by Kasparov. After knight c7, his opponent resigned because he was going to lose the rook, at least. And if he takes, even worse, losing the queen. Okay? Okay, now we're going to do a couple of tactical positions, okay? So if you look at the position, I mean, black is up exchange. When you're up exchange, it means you have a rook for a minor piece. That term, when they say up exchange, it means you have a rook versus a minor piece. Minor piece value is 3, rook is 5. So basically, up exchange means you're up 2 pawns. Okay? But sometimes it's not so clear. You could be up exchange, like here, you're up exchange, and in fact, you're plus up 3 pawns because black has 4 pawns, white has only 1. So you up exchange plus 3 pawns, but you're not going to be able to win this. In fact, you're going to be checkmated in 3 moves.
White checkmate?
White checkmates in 3 moves, because if you don't checkmate, you're going to lose.
Oh, wait, whose turn is it right now?
White to play checkmate in 3. Well, think about it. It's not so simple. Checkmate in 3. In a positions like this, when you're down so much material and he has a lot of pieces, the idea needs to be a check. Yes? Yeah, but do you see the threat? He wants to take your queen. So you don't have time to play any slow moves, okay? No time for slow moves. You make a slow move, could be a trouble, okay? No time for a slow move here. It's got to be a check, check, checkmate. Check, check, checkmate. Remember that. 2 checks, and third one you say checkmate. Yes?
Knight to e7.
Correct. Knight e7 check. Now,
They take your queen.
forcing the opponent king to go back to h8. Only move, right? He's got no choice. Does he have a choice here?
No.
No choice. He goes to the corner now. And now you have the king where you want it to be now. But it looks so safe, you know. All these pawns are shielding the king. How are you going to try to checkmate here? It looks like it's completely safe here. But you're going to come up with a brilliant idea to open the king so you can checkmate here. So let's see. What can you do here? Yes, in the back?
Oh wait, no, that doesn't work.
Okay. Yes?
Queen takes h7.
Do you see the checkmate though? Because you can only sacrifice your queen if you have a mate.
Then move the rook to h2.
So you see it. Queen h7. Brilliant idea. Sacrificing the queen. He has to take. And now, what is the move?
Rook to h2.
Check. Mate. Because look at the knight. He's doing an awesome job guarding those 2 crucial squares. And it's a checkmate. Very nice. Very nice idea. Remember, not always if you're down a material you're going to lose. Don't assume you're going to lose, okay? You can still win if you have enough resources to come up with some tactical ideas. Got it? Excellent. Okay, very good. Now, I like to do a very famous game combination here, okay? This is played by Capablanca. This game, and he came out with a very nice tactic to win a piece. And if black doesn't want to win a piece, he's going to get checkmated. He doesn't want to lose a piece, he's going to get checkmated. So let's see this idea here. White to play and win a minor piece, or checkmate if he plays the wrong move here. Now, we really want to mate him here, but we can't really do that because the bishop is there.
But the knight is also is protecting.
Huh?
The knight's protecting it.
Well, the bishop is protecting. See, otherwise you were thinking a mate, but that's not a mate because I actually take, say, win the piece. Now, what is the idea here? It's a very nice, it's a combination though. It's a form of combination you need to calculate here. So what can we do here? Huh? That bishop is such a big, important piece here that is protecting. Can we try to do something to that bishop? It's a very nice idea. Yes?
Queen takes bishop.
No, then the queen will take the queen.
It's protected, remember? That would have been too simple. You take my piece, then yeah, then you win. It's a nice idea. Very important move here. This is difficult one. Compared to the previous ones we did, this is much more difficult now. And played by a world champion, Capablanca. Yes?
Rook to d8.
And if I take you?
Takes rook.
So be careful, yeah? You can't just give up a piece. We got to have a follow-up here. Yes?
Could you move the rook to e5?
Here? Pawn will take you. Queen, you know, your queen is hanging. First of all, the problem is the queen is hanging. Our most valuable piece is hanging here. Okay, so remember, that's a problem, because we can't just lose it unless we have a mate or something. Something really strong here. Do you see a check here? Do you see a checkmate? Maybe check will help you to get out of this. Maybe check, huh? Always look for check. Check, captures, check. You have to look for those, so yeah? When you try, so we have a check here. Okay, let's see in the back, yeah? Yeah, but the bishop is guarding it. You lose the queen. So that would have been a mate, actually, but the bishop is guarding it. So we need to check, yes?
Knight to e7.
But look at the queen. Can the queen take you? Sideways. Aha.
That actually helps.
That helps? How does that help?
You can. Oh, not right.
Okay, you're close though. There's only one more check left. We did the other two. We did the other two now, guys. Only one left now. One check left. Yeah.
Knight h6 check.
Correct. Check. He cannot take this because of this pin. So he can only go here. No choice. He can only go there, okay? Now, what can we do here? Now, the idea here is overworked piece here, and the queen here on c7 is the overworked piece, okay? Because it's protecting f7 and protecting the bishop. So can we try to deflect it? Can we try to deflect this queen from here? Can we do that?
I only know, like, to deflect. Rook to d6 or d7.
Well, that's a deflection, but not the strongest one. You have something better here. Yes?
Knight to f7.
That's an idea, but the problem is he takes. So think about it. Sacrifice here. You have a sacrifice here. To deflect, you use the. Oftentimes, sacrifice is the best way to deflect it. Oftentimes, the sacrifice is the best way to deflect it. Yes? Yes?
Rook to d8.
Rook takes d8?
Rook to d8.
Yeah, my rook takes your d8. My rook can take you. All right, let's try to see now. What about this queen? Can we use this queen now?
No.
What if we do this?
Sacrifice.
What if we sacrifice our queen?
Oh.
Do you see the idea now?
Yes.
So he takes, right? Deflection is accomplished. He's no longer protecting this really well, right? He's no longer protecting f7 down well. Rook is, but what else the rook is doing here?
Protecting the king.
Protecting the king, the back rank. Now, first the queen was overworked. Now the rook is overworked because he's protecting the back rank and he's also protecting the pawn. And now you can take advantage of the overworked piece here by a very nice tactic here. Very nice tactic. In the back? Close. Very close. But the problem is he will say checkmate. Okay? But think about it. Try to work around it. Work around it. Yes. Absolutely correct. Check. Now check. Fork, right? If he goes away, what do we do?
Take the queen.
Take the queen, and we're up a piece. Remember? I said win a piece or mate. So of course this is completely lost. He's not going to do this. So he has to take. And if he takes, checkmate in 3. You see it now. Look at the king. We deflected him now. What are we going to do to checkmate?
Rook d8 check.
Check. I don't say checkmate because he can prolong it by putting a queen here. But that doesn't change anything. It just delays it. Nothing more.
Take it.
Check.
Take it.
Checkmate. Did you see how that works? Again, played by a world champion. This is a very nice and advanced level combination here, okay? But we wanted to do advanced things, yeah? So learn from the champions. Very good. Excellent. Let's move forward now. Endgames. Remember I mentioned we can do some endgames? So here we go. Endgame position for you. Very nice way to win by using an idea called deflection. Deflection is when you sacrifice a piece to move the king or a piece from a square that is doing a good job, okay? So here, which piece we would like to deflect? White to play and win. There is only one way to win it. And if you need to find the right move here. Well, think about it a little bit. Think about it. Try to double check if you have an answer. We have a pass pawn. Our goal is to promote this pawn. But it's not so easy. It's not so easy. White to play and win. Okay, everyone focus. Yes?
Rook to a5.
But rook a5 he takes. See, and then he takes your pawn. The idea is to sacrifice the rook, but we want to sacrifice it to a different square, that we deflect one of the crucial defenders. Which piece we can try to deflect here to be able to promote our pawn into a queen? We want to promote that pawn into a queen, but we need to deflect his piece. Which piece I'm referring to? Yes. That's the piece I'm referring to, yes. But how? Question is, we find that out now. But how can we deflect him? Yes.
Rook to a1.
Excellent. Excellent move. This is a brilliant idea of sacrificing the rook. Let's try to see why this is such a strong idea. He takes, and now rook is no longer on the file to protect the pawn, right? So what do? Pass pawns meant to be pushed. And we push. And we're ready to queen. Now, the problem for him, he cannot go here, we take. He cannot move the king, we take. So he goes check. And now what do? You have to go to the right square here. You go to the wrong square, you can even lose here. You go to the wrong square, you can really spoil the win here. The correct square is
E2.
That's nice. You can also go to b2. But yeah, king d2 works also. And then you promote the pawn. If you had gone here, you in fact lose because he checks and his rook gets behind it and wins the pawn. If you had gone, yeah, you really have to. If you had gone here, it's also now draw. Check, attacks your rook, you go here. If he promotes, you promote, he takes. So you take his rook, he takes your pawn. Draw. But that's not going to happen because we are not going to make a mistake. We're going to go king d2, and the game is over. We win. Now, but there is one more variation you need to tell me. What's happening if I play rook to b4? What if I go rook b4 now? What do you do? Now remember, you have to play precisely. Now, we have the pass pawn, so what we should do now? Yes? Push. So he cannot just go away because you take the rook. So he has to go here, king c5, because this way now he's protecting it and he's attacking it. He's protecting it and attacking it. And if this has happened, very important move you have here. That will help you to move his king so you can win that rook and the game here. And the move is?
Rook a5 check.
Correct. Because if he blocks it, then we can exchange and do what? Promote into a queen. And if he goes away, what do we do?
Promote.
Promote? He'll take you. Don't promote yet. What do you do first? Take the piece, right? And now the king is in a corner. Let's see how quickly we can checkmate here. First thing we need to do is cut. Can we cut the king here so he doesn't escape anywhere? What's the cut here?
I remember the cut, rook c5.
Excellent, yes. Now he goes here. Waiting move needed here. Okay? Waiting move. We wait. Now, he goes to the side. We check. He goes back.
Check.
We come up. He goes to the side. We check. He goes here. Let's say he goes here. Let's say he's trying to play a better defense. So you come up. And now you need a waiting move. You're 2 moves away from checkmating here. 2 moves away from the mate. What do you do now? Waiting move. Waiting move. You want to wait until his king goes to the corner. And it's?
Rook to c6.
Anywhere here will do it, okay? Anywhere, but only here, not here. He'll take you here. Rook to c6, you said? Cannot go here, cannot go here. Has to go to the corner. And as soon as the king is in a corner,
Rook to c8.
checkmate. Excellent. Very good. All right? So that's the idea. Excellent. Okay. Good job, everyone, today. And you did really well. And we're looking forward to see you next week.